Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and Kubernetes playlist series. We are in lesson 3 where we are going to see that how we can integrate API gateway with our AWS EKS network load balancer. So in the previous video you have seen that how we can set up the ingress controller, which it will create the network load balancer. So in this video we will see that how we can set up it. Suppose we have the front end, okay, and that front end wants to interact with the one AWS services, okay. Then with the help of the private link we can achieve this. So private link is an AWS services that provides the private connectivity between your VPC and AWS services or other AWS account. It can be on premises network without exposing the traffic to the public internet. Okay, so it is particularly useful for the enhancing the security and reducing the data exposure risks. Okay, so moving forward that to integrate the API gateway, we need one running Kubernetes cluster and one and also deployed one net ingenious ingress controller, that is NLB, with the a sample application. So if I go here and if I type my app.co, so you can see currently it is working, right? But currently this is a public endpoint. But assume this network load balancer is the internet endpoint, and which is opening via the your VPN only. Okay, let's start with the activity. We will first set up the API gateway private link for this. So let's go here. So before starting the demo, I wanted to bring one attention here that using API gateway with EKS is not always necessary, but it can provide the several advantages depending upon your application needs. So first advantage is that it will give you the single public endpoint for your all the APIs without exposing that application to the internet. And second thing, that if you need authentication and authorization at the API level, that you wanted to implement the JWT or API keys, that thing you can achieve with the API gateway. And third is that we can also achieve the rate limiting here. Okay, so let's start with the demo. Let's click on the create. Let's give the name photo app private link, and here we will choose our load balancer ARN. And this VPC private link can take the 10 minutes. Let me pause the video and we'll come back after when it's successfully created. So now we can see that our private link has been successfully created. So let's create the API. So we will create the HTTP API. Let's click on the add integration. We'll choose the HTTP, and here we will give our endpoint name, and here we will use the proxy here. So what does it mean by this? So suppose if your path is having this slash users slash 123 slash users slash abc, so it will help you to redirect to the to the multiple paths. Okay, let's give the name, which is a dev, to our API name, and let's give the here proxy plus. So proxy plus is known as for the multi-segment path, which is a placeholder, which is a plus means the wildcard here. Okay, so in the previous we have seen the if you use slash user slash abc, so but if you use plus, it will help you to slash user slash 123 slash details. Okay, let's click on the next, and we will choose the auto deploy. Let's click on the dev, and let's click on the kit button. Okay, so we can see that all the information from here we can see here. And if we see from the dev, so let's click here. Okay, so you can see that this API endpoint we got the from the API gateway, and from here this is my network load balancer ingress load balancer is pointed to the one domain which is known as the my app. Okay, so if I do only slash, you can see that I'm getting the welcome to the automation world. Okay, let me put the slash, see here is working. Then if I do slash ping, then slash ping is also working. And if I do slash matrix, that is also working. So this is my app is pointing to my network load balancer ARN, and this API gateway this is the API gateway uh, URL. So we have seen now that we are able to call over the Ingress endpoints via the API gateway URL. But we can see that this API gateway URL having this some random string naming convention. So we will give this some meaningful name, like called the API dot code dev cloud, or we can also give that dev dot code dev cloud. So suppose if you have the multiple environment, so we can segregate the URL with the proper naming convention. So let's go to the API gateway service name. Let's click on the create. Here we will provide the domain name for our the API gateway URL, which is dev.code.cloud, and here we will choose our the ASIM certificate. Let's click on the create domain name. Then we have to provide the our API mapping here. Here we have to provide our the API name and the stage name. Let's click on the save button. Then let's go to the our route 53 service. Click on the create record, and let's give the name called dev, and here we'll choose the alias for the gateway API, and our API resides in the Mumbai region. Okay, let's click on the create record. Now we already have configured the dev.code.cloud, so let's now try to hit dev.code cloud. So we can see that we are getting the a proper response, and if we do give slash uh, matrix, we also getting it. Okay, and if we do slash ping, we're getting the healthy connection. Okay, now let's this is the our ingress DNS name, which is pointing to our the load balancer URL. So let's delete this. And now, as per the demo, we have only the one domain name, which is the our dev.code.dev and which is directly pointing to the our the services via the private link. So if we click here, we can see that still we are getting the um, good response. So let's click yes. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more great content. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when I post a new video. See you in next one.